Good day and welcome to SCO BRICS Insight, where we try and bring you the latest news on what's really going on in the world of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and the BRICS. I'm going to start with a question. If I asked you, all of you, what is the most profitable company in the world? I think most of you would say Apple, Google, or one of the major tech companies. Well, actually, it's not. The most profitable company in the world is a company that belongs mostly to the government of Saudi Arabia, a BRICS Plus member as of January the 1st. Saudi Aramco made a profit in 2022 of 168 billion. That compared with Alphabet, which owns Google, of around 50 billion, and Apple, probably the most memorable stock on any market, etc., made 98. So that gives you an idea of the might of that Saudi Arabia has in profitability and why it needs oil at around $85 per barrel, because of it's looking to develop its economy in a number of diverse areas. Now, Aramco is a huge company with wide and diverse interests across Saudi Arabia and other parts of the world where it is invested. It owns the oil infrastructure, it also owns refineries and petrochemicals, etc. So it's not just an oil company, but it's basically founded on oil and has continued to develop along those lines. But it's interesting that this new member country of BRICS has the most profitable company in the world. Now, some other interesting news that's been going around in the world of the BRICS. Hong Kong, over the past 10 months, has imported almost $5 billion worth of Russian gold. That's directly into Hong Kong, which is the semi-autonomous region of China with its own stock market, etc. And very Western facing, and as opposed to the Shanghai Gold Exchange, which is the main trading point for gold in mainland China and really controlled by the Chinese central bank. So it looks like since Russian gold was not permitted to be traded by the London Bullion Markets Association, that they have found alternative sources in the Middle East and in Asia, given that the Middle East, India and China are particularly large purchasers of gold on a regular basis. So we will continue to see how this develops. So, on the subject of India, which I just mentioned there, India has been enjoying something of a boom recently. Since Russian oil was seaborne oil, was not allowed to be exported into the EU, India has ramped up its purchases of Russian oil substantially, and it buys a colossal amount compared with what it used to do. It's also a major refiner, and this is where a lot of its profit is really coming from now, as it refines Russian oil and then exports it to the EU at a huge markup. So the diesel that used to go to directly from Russia into the EU is now diverted to India, Turkey and Saudi Arabia, and then it's transported on to the EU. So basically what you've got here is a change of logistics, if you like. The oil is exactly the same. The EU just pays a lot more for the diesel, petroleum products, and even the raw material of oil itself. So we shall see how that kind of develops along the lines of things in the future. Now, the list of countries who are looking to join the BRICS continues to rise. One of the latest countries who say they want to join the BRICS Plus in the next year or two is Nigeria. And it was interesting, the statement that the Nigerian Foreign Minister, Yusuf Tugar, made when he said that they were formally attempting to gain membership of BRICS, is he thinks it will be excellent for their economy, but it would benefit them tremendously. But also he sees the BRICS and his country's membership of it being part of the move towards de-dollarization. He also emphasized that what he would like to see is the BRICS Plus putting together a payment system in a similar fashion to the way that the SWIFT system operates, but which countries like Iran, BRICS member, Russia, BRICS member, etc., have been excluded from using, and that the setting up of a BRICS Plus system would enable the countries to trade within their own currencies, but through a financial messaging and settlement system, which I think is a better idea than actually a BRICS currency at the moment, because I don't see the ability to actually put together a BRICS currency in a similar way to the way that the euro, for example, operates, because it has a central bank. And I don't think any of the members from China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, etc., really would like to see that type of thing. However, if they got a BRICS Plus style payment and settlement system, it would allow countries around the world who don't really want to trade in dollars, but to trade in friendlier countries. I mean, recently China and Saudi Arabia set up a letter of credit, if you like, or facility for around 50 billion in yuan and Saudi riyals. Now that will enable Saudi Arabia to actually trade with other countries in the world using the yuan, given its facility that it can draw and pay for this yuan that it receives with oil. Also will benefit all of the various other countries that are looking to diversify their trade away from it. I mean, if you have a look at the statistics, which I have been doing, you'll see that the amount of the dollar in the trade between the current BRICS is now in the dollar is now only around 28%. So you can see that with 72% being in currencies other than the dollar, they're well on the way to de-dollarization, and setting up of a full settlement system, I think, will be more than a boon to the countries that want to join, given the fact that there is a queue. Countries like Algeria, Venezuela, and various others are all looking to join the BRICS. So we shall see how that one pans out and develops. But I certainly think it's an idea it's worth talking to, and if any of you agree with me, do feel free to comment on the video. By the way, all of the stories that I'm mentioning here are covered in great detail on SCO BRICS Insight, our website. That's scobricsinsight.com. So do feel free to visit the site and read in more detail exactly what I'm talking about. Now, one major event that's not necessarily related totally to the BRICS is the death of Henry Kissinger. Now, Henry Kissinger has been a major figure in international politics for more than 50 years. I think he's probably best remembered being Richard Nixon when he was president of the United States, and he was sent as his envoy to China when China was still very much closed. And that was the beginning of China's rapprochement towards the West, and we now can see exactly where that has led. So that obviously was a precursor to China joining the WTO in the early 2000s, and a major part of its rise to being the #1 power in purchasing power parity. So sadly, he is gone. Well, some of you may say sadly. The one thing I do remember the most about him is one of his quotes, which is probably still as true today as it was when he made it back in whenever it was. I'm not quite sure of the date, but I think it was certainly in the 1980s when he said, "It is far more dangerous to be a friend of the USA than it is to be its enemy." And I'm sure that many countries since then who have been on the receiving end of the American vision of freedom and democracy will certainly agree with that. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it, and I look forward to doing some others. If you do like it, please like and subscribe, and do visit our website, SCO BRICSinsight.com. Thank you very much. Goodbye.